Alright, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to this week's Library Live Chat. We're going to start the live chat today with talking about programs that we had this past week. The thing we did for teens and tweens were duct tape crafts from 1 to 2, and we had a couple of kids show up, and we made some wallets, and we made some braided duct tape bracelets.
Yeah, the bracelets.
So those were really cute and fun. And let's see, what else did we do this week? How were the story times? What was this week's?
This week's story time theme was polar bears. So we read a couple books about polar bears, and then the kids used the bingo daubers with watercolors to make northern lights, and then they put a little polar bear on scene with some snow. They came out really, really good. I mean, I'm going to post it to the blog because they came out so cute. They all did a great job. So that was polar bears.
Excellent. And then Maggie did the pine cone bird feeder
Oh, yeah,
things.
the pine cone bird feeders. Those were really cute. I saw some come upstairs when they were checking out. Good job.
Yes, those are nice. And then I think the other thing we did is we had our first classics book group this week. And there was only one other person who showed up who had read the book. So, but, you know, we had a good discussion. It was Fahrenheit 451. Next month we're doing Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. So that should be fun. And I feel like, you know, as the months go on, especially I feel getting into spring and summer, people will be out driving around and more into it.
More into it, for sure. We also had the card readers come on Monday, which was pretty big.
About that. Yeah. Yep, there was a fair amount of people, not as many, which could have been, this week was our local school vacation. So.
Yeah, a lot of people could have been away.
Yeah, probably taking some time doing something else. But, yeah, so that's what our week has looked like. We also got some new books in, so we'll share those with you now.
Sure. Want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. So, some picture books. This is a board book, and it is called Red Truck, and it is by Kirsten Hamilton. It's about a tow truck who is called to help a school bus that is stuck on a mucky, snowy road. Sound familiar? So I loved it. I saw it, and I had to get it. So very cute board book, Red Truck. Another great one here is Some Bugs. I love, love, love the pictures in this. The words are by Angela DiTerlizzi, and the bugs are by Brendan Wenzel. And I'll just show a couple pictures from here because, man, the artwork in this is just great. Actually, I'll go right to the back. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, yeah.
So this page is just amazing. So awesome artwork in this book. Simple words, very easy to read. Love it. Some bugs.
The cat on the back.
Yeah. Meow. Very cute. And then another ebook that we got is called Lemonade in Winter. And this book is by Emily Jenkins and G. Brian Karras. And it is a book about two kids counting money, which it is. They are having a lemonade sale in the winter. And it keeps going back, and they keep counting, how much they've got now, how much do we have now. So it really enforces money skills and counting money with kids. And I really like, too, that there are some nice pictures in the back of money and talking about its denominations and what it's worth and stuff. So very good. And then this one is called The Noisy Paint Box, and this is by Barb Rosenstock and illustrated by Mary Grandpré. The colors and sounds of Kandinsky's abstract art, The Noisy Paint Box. And it says, I saw all the colors in my mind. They stood before my eyes. Wild, almost crazy lines were sketched in front of me. Just the artwork in this one, too.
Yeah, and Kandinsky had synesthesia.
Oh.
So it's where you hear, like, you hear colors in, like, you when you see colors, he doesn't really see them, he's hearing them.
He's hearing them. Ah.
So it's kind of an interesting...
Yeah. It's like that must be the sound he's hearing. How cool. I love this book. The New Easy Paint Box. And then, by request, we added Super Fly Guy to our collection. We have lots of other Fly Guys by Ted Arnold. But now we have Super Fly Guy. And then he also has started a nonfiction series. And we did add a few of those, which I don't have to show you today. But we do have those as well. So very fun boy books if you like Fly Guy.
Fly Guy.
Fly Guy.
All right, for young adult books, we got a few. We got Serena by Jane L. Patrick. And Jane L. Patrick is a pen name for Jackson Pierce, who you may recognize. She's done quite a few young adult books. And I'll read the back of this one. Natalia knows a secret. A magical Fabergé egg glows within the walls of Russia's winter palace. It holds a power rooted in the land and stolen from the mystics. A power that promises a life of love for her and Alexei Romanov. Power that, in the right hands, can save her way of life, but is in the wrong hands. It's got a nice little Fabergé egg on the back. But it sounds like some interesting, historical type fiction.
Nice.
So, good for that. And then another historical fiction, A Death-Struck Year by Micaiah Lucier. This takes place in 1918 during the flu pandemic, and the Spanish influenza. And it follows a 17-year-old girl who is put in a quarantine boarding school, but then she ends up volunteering for the Red Cross because she doesn't want to just not do anything. So, goes along with her. So, another interesting historical fiction there. And then there is Goodbye Rebel Blue by Shelley Coriel. And this is about a girl who's, does she find, okay, a popular girl and a not so popular girl, aren't really friends, but the popular girl ends up dying in a car accident, and so Rebel Blue, the other girl, finds a bucket list that belonged to her and decides to complete them all, like, in her honor.
Oh.
So it sounds really interesting because, she didn't really know the other girl, but she just felt like she should do something, accomplish something she wasn't able to do herself.
That's neat.
So kind of interesting read. And then we have Falling for You by Lisa Schroeder. Lisa Schroeder has written a lot of books, and we own all of them. She has a lot of books that are in verse, so like poetry, but this one does not appear to be completely in verse. There are some, where did it go? So there are some pages in verse, and then there's some just regular prose. But this one is about a girl who ends up in a psychologically abusive relationship, and so she tries to get out of it with her friend Nathan. He's trying to help her get out of it, but her boyfriend doesn't really take too well to her trying to leave him. So, good domestic fiction. It sounds pretty intense, but I think it could be very useful if someone's in a similar situation to,
Yeah.
Because, everyone always thinks, it can't happen to me. And then sometimes it does, and you don't even realize it until, you're too far in.
Right, right. Absolutely.
So those are our new books this week. I did find some fun bookish things to talk about, and there are links below the video for all of the things we'll be discussing. So the first thing is there are 12 new redesigned classics covers for a bunch of classics, some of which we're reading in our classics book group, so I thought it was fitting. So there's Fahrenheit 451, 1984, 3 Kafka books, The Castle, The Metamorphosis, and The Trial, Catch-22, Lord of the Flies.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, the Lord of the Flies one is the creepiest.
Yeah,
they're
wow.
just really terrifying. When you guys check them out, you'll definitely see they really capture the book better.
That they do.
But I don't know that I would want to pick it up. There's Moby Dick, Catcher in the Rye, which I think is pretty.
Yeah.
It's very simple. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That one's a bit gruesome, too.
Yeah.
Lolita. The Old Man in the Sea, which I really like.
I like that, yeah.
Slaughterhouse-Five, which is a little bit of a brain pain. There's a lot going on.
Brain pain.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like one of those optical illusions.
I was just going to say that. It definitely has that.
Oh, like the magic eyes, where you have to cross your eyes and pull it away.
Oh, I can never do those.
The Space Odyssey series, very simple covers. So those are some redesigned ones, and like I said, there's a link to those below. Another thing I want to talk about is if you are a Divergent fan, Sephora has come out with a new makeup line inspired completely by Divergent. They seem really dark, and they're neutrals and dark, but they have nail polish and are those nail stickers?
Say those must be little nail stickers.
Yeah, and so they have the Ferris wheel. If you've read it, they Triss ends up climbing up it to get an advantage during one of their games. And they have a bunch of makeup, and, it might be interesting to buy some if you are really into Divergent. I mean, they're nice
dolls
colors.
and makeup.
Yeah. Seems like they're making it a really big thing, like Harry Potter and Twilight and Hunger Games and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a great series. So, I don't blame them. And then the last thing is there's this Etsy store called Frostbeard Studio, and it's a husband-wife team, and they make soy candles. And they have some fantastic ones for book lovers because they have Dumbledore's Office, which smells like, where is it? Cedarwood vanilla and fireplace and lemon. And then there's Sherlock's Study, which is sweet pipe tobacco, cherry wood, and fresh rain.
Oh.
Butterbeer, in case it's butterscotch overtones with hint of creme brulee and butter rum. So they have quite a few scents, and so you can browse around, and listed below each of them it tells what it actually smells like. Cause
what does old books smell like?
Old books. That is timber, white tea, newsprint, and must.
Nice.
But not mildewy.
That's good.
Good books.
Good old books.
So you can check them out if you are really into candles and want something a little bit more homey, I feel like they're very homey scents.
Yeah.
Oh, and they had a Mockingjay one, which I thought was interesting, and I was like, what does that smell like? And it's Scotch pine and cinnamon.
Wow.
Which is, fitting.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I'm glad they listed it, because what does that smell like?
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's really cool.
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw them, maybe somewhere online. And I'm just like, oh, it's so neat that they have like Sherlock's study and Dumbledore's office and stuff like that. So the last thing to talk about, I guess, is next week's programs.
Yes.
So you have one tomorrow.
I do. Tomorrow we're having our Dr. Seuss birthday celebration, which in honor of Read Across America. And his birthday is actually Sunday, which is the 2nd. So we're celebrating a day early on the 1st. So at 10:30, we'll have a Dr. Seuss story time, and I'll read. We have a great book that has sort of bits and pieces of lots of favorite Seuss stories all smushed together in one. So I'll be reading that, and then another one. And then we will do a Cat in the Hat craft, and then we will have some snacks too, like Seuss kind of crazy snacks. And then, of course, cupcakes, because it is his birthday. So there will be food here, and that's at 10:30 tomorrow. And then also on Wednesday, I have the story time at 10:30 and 11:30. And the theme this week is things that go. So it'll be transportation related, a good boy story time.
Nice. What is the craft? Do you want to grab those papers? I have
this one here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
it's
what
at 3:30. Oh, negative space painting. So that's a good. Looks like she's doing some old favorites this month. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
What is next week? So on the 4th, Tuesday the 4th, at 10:30, we have the Domino's Mexican Train here. So if you don't know how to play, you can stop by and they'll teach you. And if you do know how to play, please come and hang out. It's, really low-key. Jenna runs that, and they always seem to be laughing and having a good time. And then at 3 o'clock for the teens, we're going to be making some different kinds of magnets. So that'll be a little crafty thing. And I think that's it for next week.
Yep, looks it.
Kind of a quieter month as we transition into spring, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And then, in, a week, on the 9th, it's turn back your, spring forward.
Oh, wow, already, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that means, it's getting lighter, though. The sun's staying up for longer, so yeah. I'm a fan for that.
I am too.
It's not 3 o'clock and pitch black out.
I know, it's so depressing, isn't it? Makes me so tired. So hopefully it'll give people being lighter after work, it'll give them more of the incentive to stop in and check out some books. Yes, come see us since it will be still bright out. That's right.
You won't have to navigate in the dark with flashlights. So I think that's it for us today. We will be back next week, which is March 7th at 4 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thanks.